American General John T. Thompson saw the need for a new type of gun to use in the trench fighting of World War I. The bolt-action rifles carried by servicemen were excellent for ranged fire, but were too long and slow to reload for fighting inside the trenches. Thompson wanted a small, light machine gun that a soldier could use to sweep across the trench. Something small, light, and requiring minimal training. The result was the Thompson submachine gun, more commonly known as the Tommy gun. The Tommy gun could have been used to deadly effect in the trenches of World War I, except for the simple problem that it arrived too late. By the time the gun was fully developed, the war was over. The gun was used by U.S. Marines during conflicts in Nicaragua and Honduras, but this was never going to produce the sales needed by a gun manufacturer. Instead, the Tommy gun found its way into the hands of policemen in America, and also into the hands of the men they pursued. The Tommy gun, with its distinctive drum magazine, became as iconic a symbol of the Prohibition-era gangsters and Depression-era bank robbers as the six-shooter did of the American West. Infamous incidents, such as the St. Valentine's Day Massacre, gave the Tommy gun its reputation as the gangster's weapon of choice. But in truth, the gun was used as much or more by police as by outlaws. Another military gun that saw use by some gangsters was the M1918 Browning automatic rifle, or BAR, firing the .30-06 Springfield cartridge. Clyde Barrow and his girlfriend Bonnie Parker stole BAR rifles from National Guard armories and modified them to suit their own needs. Barrow shortened his BAR by sawing the barrel down to the same length as the gas cylinder tube, making it easier to fire from a moving car. The BAR had been developed by legendary gunsmith John Moseph Browning for use during World War I. It was ready a bit earlier than the Thompson, but it still didn't arrive until late in the war, with only a few units receiving the BAR before the armistice was signed. As World War II loomed on the horizon, the military needed a portable, light machine gun and modified the BAR rifle. The new model 1918A2 no longer featured a semi-automatic firing option. It fired only in full automatic. The M1918A2 also had a skid-style bipod mounted at the muzzle end of the barrel to improve stability. U.S. Marine Private Wilson Douglas Watson used the BAR with distinction during combat at Iwo Jima. One of the most iconic images of World War II is the photograph by Joe Rosenthal of the U.S. Marines raising the American flag at the island of Iwo Jima. That photograph was taken just days into a 5-week battle that resulted in the American capture of the island. Private Watson was with the 2nd Battalion, 9th Marines, 3rd Marine Division at Iwo Jima. He was designated as an automatic rifleman, giving him the responsibility for the Browning automatic rifle. During actions on February 26th through 27th, 1945, Watson's squad was pinned down by intense fire from enemy fortifications in the high rocky ridges and crags commanding the line of advance. On his own, Private Watson rushed one pillbox, firing his rifle to keep the enemy pinned down. When he was in position, he hurled a grenade inside. He then rushed to the rear of the fortification in order to kill the enemy soldiers as they retreated. Watson's squad was now able to continue its advance. But they were pinned down once again at the foot of a small hill. Watson and his ammo bearer scaled the jagged incline under fierce mortar and machine gun barrages, firing from the hip as he climbed. From the reverse side of the hill, the Japanese soldiers attacked him with grenades and knee mortars. He stood fearlessly erect in his exposed position at the crest of the hill so that he could fire upon the enemy positions. For a harrowing 15 minutes, Private Watson held the hill under withering fire, killing 60 enemy soldiers before his ammunition was exhausted and the rest of his platoon could join him. Following that, he took out 2 more enemy positions, rescuing 4 Marines who had been pinned down by their fire. Over the 2-day period, Private Watson single-handedly eliminated 90 enemy soldiers, becoming known as the One-Man Regiment. On October 5th, 1945, President Truman presented him with the Medal of Honor. John Browning's Model 1918 A2 BAR served as the military's light machine gun, while 2 other Browning guns served as the medium and heavy machine guns of World War II. The .30 caliber M1919 Browning developed out of the M1917 heavy machine gun used in World War I. That model was a workhorse that continued to serve during the Second World War. But Browning improved upon it in later designs, resulting in the M1919 being air-cooled with a perforated barrel shroud rather than a water jacket. There were multiple variations on the M1919, but the most common was the A4. It had both fixed and flexible mounts for use on vehicles or by infantry. The fixed mount made the M1919A4 a formidable defensive weapon on board bomber aircraft like the B-17 Flying Fortress. The flexible mount could attach to a tripod and be operated by just 2 infantrymen, the gunner and the loader. But though the Model 1917 had been a heavy machine gun in World War I, the M1919 was now a medium machine gun. The heavy gun was also Browning's.
Thanks for watching. If you'd like to help us produce more compelling historical content like this, please like, comment below, and share this video with fellow history buffs. And of course, be sure to subscribe to help keep history happening.